Okay, a big part of science tests and math tests is the ability to, or requires the ability to interpret graphs and data tables. So this video is going to deal with that. You'll have to forgive um, my writing on this. I'm not sure how this is going to work because my writing tool doesn't work well on this PDF file. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, Carmen rented a bicycle. The graph shows how far away she is from the rental site after each half hour of riding. And what's important to note here is that this is not a speed graph. This is a graph that shows position. Alright? So, for instance, here we see that it's showing distance compared to time. And so Carmen is leaving the rental site, so that's going to be here. And then at the end of the day, Carmen returns to the rental site, okay, back to the original position. And certainly we can determine speed, how fast Carmen was going, but that's not what this graph is showing. It's showing where Carmen is. So question one says, use the graph to describe Carmen's trip. And it starts out, you can start like this. In the first half hour, Carmen rode the bike for 6 miles, and that's true. You can see that in the first half hour, which would be right there. I'm drawing with my mouse just to let you know. The first half hour, and then here's the second half hour. Okay, and then here's 1.5, 2, 2.5, and so on. So for this first half hour, Carmen went this distance right there. So you can see that on this side, distance is showing to be 4. So in between the 4 and the 8 would be 6. Okay, and then between the 0 and the 4, this would of course be 2. Alright, makes sense? And so you can see that first half hour Carmen went 6 miles, because here's the miles, 6 miles, and the second half hour she traveled all the way up to 18 miles. Okay, here looks like she stayed in the same position, so maybe she took a rest, took a drink of water, I don't know. Okay, and then here's something interesting, this section here. Well, she went from 18 miles away, and she went from 18 to 16 miles away, so she backtracked a little bit. She went backwards. And then she went further away again, another rest, right here, and then the rest of this is her returning and making her way back to the rental place. Okay, so that is what this graph is showing. Alright, and the first question just asks that you describe what Carmen's doing. Alright, let's move on. Alright, here, complete the table to show her location at each half hour. So again, here's 0. Here's 0, of course. So 0, she went 0. At the half hour, right here, she went 6. At hour 1, she was at 18. 18. Hour and a half, right here, still at 18. 2 hours, well, at 2 hours she was at 16, right? 2.5 hours, let's follow it. That's this one right here. 2.5 hours, that would be 24. Alright, 3 hours, still at 24. 3.5 hours, looks like that's here, and that looks like 14. 4 hours, she's at 8. And you can see the numbers getting smaller because she's returning to her original start. At 4.5 hours, she's at 4 miles away. and then at 5 hours she has returned to her location. Alright, so again, these graphs are pretty common in math and science tests, and again, it's not a speed chart, it is a position chart. Okay, and let's see if they ask for speed. Yeah, that's going to be the next one. Alright, let's stop it there, and want to make these videos pretty short, and we'll catch you on the next one.